Dick, this is a very official ATD chairman gavel, and I pass it along to you with all my best wishes for success. I know that ATD and the gavel are in very capable hands, and I know you know that I'll help you in any way that I can. Congratulations, Dick.
Thank you very much, Kyle. Hello to everyone. I've been doing this in support of Kyle for a number of years, and I didn't realize until this morning that I would feel the weight of the responsibility to support you that I now sense. I'm humbled to accept the gavel of chairman. During Kyle's tenure, truck and car industries underwent the most dramatic changes in automotive history. The turbulent times included the loss of brands, hundreds of dealerships, and thousands of jobs. Kyle spoke for us and contributed to important decisions to help protect our industry. For example, he spoke on our behalf with truck-related and international associations to advance our positions and communicate truck dealership issues. He met with government officials like Ron Bloom, who was President Obama's manufacturing czar, in support of job creation. He met with David Strickland, the administrator of NHTSA, on fuel economy and regulations impacting us as dealers, and he's met with the OMB on the latest set of EPA regulations and their potential impact on the cost of trucks. Kyle's contributions led to the sharpening of ATD's purpose and making our organization more inclusive. At the beginning of Kyle's term, the board recognized ATD was more than a convention host and a provider of training for dealership management. Under Kyle, we look for a clearer continuing purpose, and 4 major changes occurred. There was a call to action, and truck dealers all over America started carrying our message to elected officials during dealership visits. ATD established a legislative roundtable that meets 2 to 3 times a year to discuss and coordinate legislative activity. The roundtable includes 20 to 30 organizations, including all of the OEMs, the American Trucking Association, OIDA, and all of the truck component manufacturer associations, and the transportation and highway associations. Our board is better balanced with 2 medium-duty line representatives and a next-gen representative. So for all the gray hairs out there, you got to realize this isn't a group of old white guys anymore. He originated the next-gen organization for social interaction and the advancement of relationships within our industry for the next generation of dealers. The job of chairman includes the responsibility of a liaison with the NADA. The chairman sits as a member of the NADA Executive Committee and the NADA Finance Committee. Being part of those committees, Kyle professionally brought our voice to the table. He fostered better relations for us with our parent. Because of Kyle, we are well respected and liked by the NADA. Kyle is a member of the NADA's Dealer Election Action Committee's President's Club and an ambassador of the NADA Charitable Foundation. Both of those are the highest level of commitment a dealer can make to continue the interests of our association. So please acknowledge Kyle and his efforts on our behalf. My feet are bigger than Kyle's, but it's going to be tough to fill his shoes. For the next couple of years, it's my intent to do the following. First, I want to expand the circle of the legislative and regulatory involvement that Kyle began. We need to continue to interact with and host our legislators. There are not very many of us, so more of us need to connect more frequently. The board and I must find ways to accomplish this task and then carry your input to Washington and the association. But we must all interact with our state and metro dealer associations. Legislation and regulation at the local level have huge impact on our businesses. Our fellow car dealers, as I think we've all learned this week at this combined convention, and their associations know the local scene and they can help. But they can't help if they don't know about us and the things that affect us and our businesses. You need to get involved, and we need to find ways to support getting you involved. Second, we need to formalize and structure the next generation concept Kyle created. At some point, all of us will struggle with the continuation of our businesses. Getting the next generation on the path to taking those businesses into the future is not going to be easy. Obviously, the transition is your personal responsibility, but I believe that our combined knowledge and the available information from the National Association can ease the process. Third, it seems to me that everyone wants to set standards for us as dealers. And their standards reflect their desires and how they see us. But we're more than their numbers. I believe when a Dealer of the Year is selected, he represents the very best of all of us. But every other dealer selected to compete for the high honor is also among the best of us. It would be my distinct privilege with the Board of Representatives to find ways to continue to honor each of these dealers. I would like to find ways to honor them, but I would also like to show them as the standard we use to measure ourselves. For example, maybe they can serve as mentors for the next gen and possibly participate in our Washington conferences held in September. But let everyone see the quality of our members through those that we honor. Fourth, I want to increase ATD's penetration with all truck dealers. Today, only 80% of truck dealers are part of ATD. On the NADA side, more than 90% of all dealers are part of NADA. Our voice is strengthened when we have the highest possible participation by those we represent. In general, I believe we need to make all dealers realize that we're so much more than a convention. The value they receive is significantly greater than the cost of participation. The ATD needs to be my ATD for everyone that works in or with a truck dealership.